sure I've got the right one. I don't use maps usually, so you'll have to watch me as I fumble and fumble through this. But we are starting with the first team, Ava Nautrice. Ava Nautrice, that's you.
Hi everyone. Do you hear me all right? No. Is it good? Hi, my name is Jenny. I'm from the group Ava Nautrice, and it's my teammate. Shina as our front-end developer, and then Ulas as our Java programmer. Today we're here to address a problem on Earth. Because women in aviation and spaceflight history are documented but not decorated. We want to normalize talking about women's achievement from both gender, so we wanted to start it from an early age. Our target audience is aged from 10 to 14, because they are the one who's going to be asking, what am I going to do when I grow up? So our solution is to make a web-based, location-driven game using Google Maps about aviation and astronaut training with the context of history. So we started from doing a website. We wanted to document all these amazing women's achievement, and then the history, and then the timeline of the history, and then the purpose of our game. And then from then on, we'll be showing the game, which will be based on, which will be an HTML5 game using JavaScript. And when they are in the game, they will be able to explore around the map to find out all the challenges. And they will be also be able to find a challenge by their location. So for example, for this cross-continent flying challenge, which is inspired by an Australian aviator, her name is Maud Ross Bonnie. So she was co-pilot a biplane from Brisbane to Cape Town. It took them 210 hours and 45 minutes. That was badass. So this challenge will be wanting the user to interact with the web and to balance the plane without it falling. Is a very simple challenge. And then another example I want to show you guys will be an astronaut training session. So back in 1983, a very amazing American woman named Sarah Ride were chosen to be in the first American woman to participate in space mission. And so that was what we had. So she was asked in a press conference about some silly questions such as, will the flight affect your reproductive organs? Or will you cry if there's anything wrong in the challenge? So she stood tall and be very confident, and she said, I'm an astronaut, and there's nothing else. This is the kind of boldness we wanted to channel to our user who play this game. So our next step in terms of development would be going to customer development, talking to schools and educators about testing the solution and trying to implement it with our kids. So this is my team, which I also wanted to mention Shumita. She is our back-end developer. She won't be able to join us today. And obviously, we need more developers to make this come true. And at the end, I just wanted to say, boys and girls need heroes in men and women as well. And for girls, if they can't see it, they can't be it. And women have been killing it throughout the history, in science, in tech. But we should start talking about them more. Thank you.
That's okay. I'll get out of it. No worries. Give it up for Ava Nautrice. I think that did it.
Is there any questions?
Yeah. Oh yeah, questions.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was going to specify as well. Sorry, there's a 4-minute time limit on the pitches, followed by a Q&A session with the judges. We have a timekeeper here named Tanya, who's sitting there with Ryan as well. They'll be checking and making sure that the time is all right. Sorry. Yes, go ahead. Judges, my bad. I'll try and sort this out while you guys are talking. That's all right.
Just one question. First of all, I love the passion that you bring. You've identified a problem that you have in the space industry. We need more women in the space industry, for sure. And I really want to know how you're going to directly engage people from the game aspect of it. Because I saw the map and I see you're identifying stuff. Can you dig into that a little more detail, or?
So, do you mean the mechanics of using the game, or to promote the game?
I'm talking about the mechanics.
The mechanics.
Yeah.
So we wanted to use Google Map with a very good scheme there, and then we wanted to use the location of each map, and then pointing out all the location of this woman and where the history was made. So, for example, would be if that aviator from Australia, she was flying from Brisbane to Cape Town, then both Cape Town and Brisbane would have a dot about the challenge. So you'll be able to hover on top of it and see that challenge pops up, and you'll be able to engage it.
Okay.
I got a question. What does success look like for you guys?
I think success would be more and more topic about women in space and tech. The topic will be happening more in primary school and in secondary school. And for girls who do their essay about what I'm going to do when I grow up, would be more their dream will be more leaning towards science and tech. If we could do a survey about that, I think that'll be great.
Okay, that's it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Good job.